on this week's episode of NBA 2K TV.
An 8th-game night in the NBA, getting you caught up with a daily zap on NBA.com. The Cavs and Sixers. Cavs on their longest win streak since rattling off 13 back in 2010. And LeBron James led the way with 18 points and 11 rebounds, while Kyrie Irving added 24 and the Cavs win an 11th straight. Hornets and Wizards. John Wall with 16 points on 4 of 14 from the field.
Brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us, and the legendary Shaquille O'Neal sitting alongside. And coming right up, we'll see the Utah Jazz playing against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. The All-Star Game is approaching now, Shaq, and there's always been a great showcase and always great moments. What's your favorite?
My favorite, well, one of my favorites only was Magic Johnson returning to win the MVP. But
it's time, everybody, welcome the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on our sideline. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, they come in off a loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. And that one a tough loss, too. They ended down only 3 points.
Well, that was a game they expected to win. And maybe they came out a little flat because they didn't respect their opponent.
Yeah, that could be. I don't think they took them lightly, though, Steve. I just don't think they played well, and sometimes we get those confused. They didn't play well enough to win.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Favors is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Hayward, then it's Exum, and it's Ingles in at the 3 slot.
Well, supposedly, Kevin Durant, a.k.a. KD, enjoys playing NBA 2K prior to every game as a way to loosen up and kind of as an informal scouting report for the other team. The guy just soaks up all the basketball he can get. Keep listening, KD, and keep playing.
Exum with it. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
No good on the second free throw. The Thunder, and especially Kevin Durant, seem to be on the clock for when are they going to win a title, but they still haven't closed the deal yet.
And, Kevin, there's no guarantee that you'll win a title. Even if you are a really good team with star players, it just doesn't always automatically happen. I mean, that's not a given, even though they're chipping away at it and they've made some great progress over the last 4 or 5 years. Those things are hard to get.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Quinn Snyder. The thing that jumps out at him the most about their opponent today is the team speed they possess. He said, we've got to hustle back on defense every time down the floor. This is a team that loves to run, and we've got to be prepared to do the same. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Doris.
And to your point about the Thunder, I'm not sure if they're missing anything roster-wise. Up and down, there are very few holes for this team.
Durant for 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
On defense, Oklahoma City.
And, you know, going back to what you said about the Thunder, they have the stars and the depth, but maybe adding a few more veterans here and there could help them stay tougher in close games. I think that's the one area they're looking to improve in, more veteran leadership and toughness.
timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And I think they can be proud of the way they performed. I mean, they executed. They really brought energy to the game. It just didn't go their way.
You know what? That was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, Steve, and they were right in it until the closing moments.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Well, you've seen some terrific offensive basketball over the last month. A lot of it thanks to the assist numbers put up by these point guards during that time. Fourth, Russell Westbrook.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. That's not lost on these guys. It's all about team basketball with them.
You know, Steve, the court vision all of these players possess is outstanding. That, to me, is the most important attribute an effective point guard can have, and they all have it in spades.
And here's Exum following the three from Kevin Durant. Here's Cantor. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. From outside the arc, Kevin Durant again from deep. Durant's got 23.
That's 12 straight points coming off three-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Oklahoma City leading by 22. Westbrook dishes to Durant. From past the arc, and the Thunder another three.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Now here's Favors. 20 points for him last game against Phoenix. Cannot hit, and it's Oklahoma City the other way.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
Durant for three. That's good. Durant's got 29 in the game.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, and the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it. Here we can get a look at Oklahoma City, Kevin, and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. 3rd in blocks, 4th in opponent shooting percentage, and they're in the top 10 in rebounding. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And to me, what really stands out with all those numbers you talked about, Clark, are the blocks, because they're a physical team. They're dominant in the paint, and they've got great length. And when they're between you and the basket, it's tough to get a shot over these guys. Wow, he just keeps rolling. Unreal.
You talk about putting up points in a hurry. I mean, he's got personal spurt ability. He can't miss.
Now, here's Exum. Right now averaging 5 points a game.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts. Trying to take the lid off the basket.
Good on the shot. And that's now 35 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Exum kicks to Hayward. The pass to Exum. The dish to Hayward. 6 on the shot clock.
Well, he took that defender head on and threw down the two-hander power jam.
Straight power there, guys.
Well, you got to love his determination.
They're making this a runaway.
Now, the only question now is how big will this lead eventually become? I mean, this is a blowout.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Then a moment now to check out the numbers for Westbrook. An incredible last month for him. You see where he stands. He's right around 25 points a night, 9 assists, and 2.5 steals. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Yeah, how valuable a player he is for them, Steve. Scores are always valuable. He gives them such a reliable option every time they have the ball.
Cantor can't hit from the elbow.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
The wide open look for Durant. Bangs home the trifecta.